Yo, what is up, PPL fans? Shad here, coach of Bayern Munich, and welcome to a draft analysis. Now, you might be saying, but Shadi, why you say PPL fans? PPL hasn't started yet. You are entirely correct. Won't be starting until probably around March, if I would guess. But I decided that, you know, with all this new shit that's going on, new mons, fucking Z moves, less megas, all that garbage, I figured we should do something in the offseason where we can actually kind of get to know the format, because there are a lot of people who aren't in other Gen 7 leagues, and I think most of them are actually in this. And there are things that we just need to figure out. How do we want to handle things? How do we want to handle Z moves? What prices are certain mons? Are they good? Are they too broken? Are they just straight up, well, too broken? Are they broken or not? So I figured, you know what? Let's do a thing. Let's do an off-season league. So this is the PPL off-season. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I did a thing, so it's not creative. We know how it works. I don't have creativity in me. It's not a thing that happens. So basically, what this is just 10 people. I want to keep it relatively small, so we can actually get it done quickly. And yeah, I just want to have it. Just want to keep it as a small thing. So we have 10 coaches, both from Division 1 and Division 2, I think. Yeah. As well as people who currently aren't in the league. So we have myself, of course. I'm gonna be there. Why would I not be? It's my league. We have Alex Bayern, who just got relegated to Division 2. Monotui, the champion of Division 1. Fuck you, Mono. With a clean 8-3 record. Man, that's a good record. I wish I had that before. Jordinas, who just got promoted into Division 1. Slyro, old Division 1 veteran. Same as Kelly, under the radar. Travis D1, champion of Season 3, who might be coming back. We don't know yet what's gonna happen. Amazing Chief from Division 2, Jack the Don Fanatic from Division 1, another veteran, and Evelyn from Division 2. So, bunch of coaches that most of the people aren't in leagues. I think, which are the ones? Alex, Jordan, Sly, Kelly, and Jack. I think that's about right. None of those were in Gen 7 leagues, so this is kind of the first experience in the Gen 7 draft format. I, of course, am in the ETA already, so I have attempted to do things in this gen already. So that's that. And of course, since this is just to try out things, this is not important like the PPL is, like the actual season. We decided, you know what? Let's unban some broken shit. So I'm just gonna take you through the list of things we decided to unban. We voted on these things. First up, Mega Kangaskhan is allowed. Of course, there's a restriction on that because we're not the NPL, we're not that crazy. Good luck, everyone. We have a pre-bank Mega Kangaskhan, which means all the broken shit it gets is not there. It basically gets no coverage. It gets Earthquake and Shadow Claw and Sucker Punch and Stab, which is essentially all it needs for a lot of things, but heavily limits its viability. So it doesn't get Power Up Punch as well. It doesn't get Seismitoad, which is one of the big ones. So Mega Kangaskhan is a lot more manageable. Of course, if you didn't know, it also got nerfed this gen. Instead of 1.5 damage it did earlier with second hit, doing 50%, it now does 25% with the second hit. So a lot less damage output from Mega Kangaskhan, which I think might just be manageable. Especially since it's only pre-bank. So that's the thing. Alex picked that first overall. Tapu Koko is allowed. Mono picked that second. Tapu Bulu, of course, that's not something that should be banned. And then the fourth overall pick. My heart. I'm still sad. So we unbanned one Pokemon that I absolutely love. I don't know why. It just, ever since I think that Gen 6, when like really early Gen 6 at the start when it was unbanned, I absolutely love the thing. And that's the Deoxys Defense. I adore this Pokemon so much. I really wanted. We voted it in. I was really excited, and then Sly took it fourth overall. I'm really upset. I hate Sly forever now. I will have to 6-0 him somehow. Maybe, who knows? I'll try. And yeah, I'm upset. Really upset. I wanted DOD. So I'm not getting DOD. What are the things that might be questionable? I guess some people think circuitry is broken for reasons completely unknown to anyone with a brain. That was rude, but Kartana is allowed, of course. Buzzwole, Magina, Macrozma, Silvally is allowed with all types, which is insane, but we'll see how that works. Hoopambound was allowed as well. Lando Eye is allowed, unlike in the PPL. And the interesting one is the Pokemon that I got. I was 7th overall in the pick, so pretty shitty draft spot, to be honest. But there are around 7, maybe even more broken or borderline broken. Yeah, actually more. Broken or borderline broken Pokemon. So I was fairly sure I would get something really fucking good. I was hoping it wouldn't be Lando Eye because I just personally strongly dislike Lando Eye. Like, it's still broken, but I don't want to use it, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense. Does it make sense? Someone tell me. And the other thing is Greninja. Now, we don't allow Protean. I think Protean has no place in draft format on Greninja. On Kecleon, it's fine. But Protean Greninja has no place in draft format, in my opinion. However, what we did allow was its new gimmick, Battle Bond. So, I have essentially Ash Greninja. I have regular Greninja. I can use Torrent and Battle Bond, which is cool. So this is my first overall pick, and that is of course going to be Lubbock. If you've been around on the channel for a while, you will remember the SCL. I had Greninja there, which was just Torrent. I think it was the first time that I was in a league where I was actually allowed. I was really excited. So yeah, Lubbock, Greninja is back, and we have this new toy on Battle Bond. If you don't know what that does, if I kill something with regular Greninja, it turns into Ash Greninja, this broken ass thing, and Water Tree can become stronger, which is interesting. So, I think we all know regular Greninja's stats: 103 special attack, 95 attack, and 122. Yeah, 122 speed. And then we look at Ash Greninja. What? Look at this shit. Plus 50 attack, plus 50 special attack, and plus 10 speed. That is so huge. Now let's beat things like Jolteon, Aerodactyl, and so on and so forth. Ridiculous speed here. Ridiculous power. Like, look at this. Slap a life up on that thing and you just kill everything. Absolutely beautiful. I think someone did some calcs. It still hits a little weaker with unstab moves, like Ice Beam and whatnot, than Protean Greninja, of course. But its dual stab hits incredibly hard in Water and Dark, and it is pretty good dual stab. Shout out to things like Crawler, which just destroy everything. So yeah, we know what Greninja does. It gives me a Spike Stacker and Toxic Spike Stacker right away, which is really nice. Speed here is already handled. You know, Fast Taunter, Revenge Killer, Glore, like one of the best revenge killers in the game, as Greninja especially, because then I get nice and broken. And yeah, so I don't get Gong Shot, I don't get Ice Punch and Low Kick. Those are the three relevant tutor moves that you can get in Gen 6, because this is Gen 7 only. However, if I decide to run a Torrent Greninja, I can do that. So my opponents will still have to prep for Gong Shot Greninja, because me bringing that is very, very possible, just because Gong Shot is a good move. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using Greninja again. I've missed the thing, I haven't used it in a while. SCL is like, I think it was like a year ago, easily. So yeah, been a while, and I'm looking forward to using Lubbock again. For his overall pick, I think it's definitely worth it, and we'll see how broken Battle Bond Greninja is. I think it's pretty busted. We'll see. I'll have some fun with it for sure. My opponents probably won't. So second overall, I wasn't sure what I wanted. I was looking at things and then I realized, okay, I can get these two Pokemon, and I would really want to use them. I think my initial idea was getting Deoxys, Sylveon, and Skarmory as my core, which is probably the most disgusting thing I've ever thought of. But you know, Deoxys got taken. Later on, I really wanted Sylveon as like 4th round pick. That got taken as well. Also by Sly. I hate Sly forever. Like, he's on my hate list and my murder list. So I was looking at two things, and I figured I would get this Pokemon first, just because it's a new mon. People are gonna go after it, and the other mon is probably gonna be forgotten by some people. And that is a new Pokemon a lot of people hate. It's really fat. Skarmory on steroids without Roost. Celesteela, which is going to be called Selena, which that's a nickname. So I'm going to explain nickname first. It's the most important part, of course. So I asked for nicknames on Twitter, and Shroom was like, "Yo, you should name it Basement Burglar." You know, Celesteela. Terrible name. It's great. It's a good job, Shroom. And I was like, yeah, but that's not how I do my nicknames. They have to be like name-ish things, right? So I thought about, you know, famous thieves, famous burglars, and I ended up with Catwoman, which is Selena Kyle. So we have Selena Celesteela, and it also kind of almost rhymes. So it's fucking, we'll roll with it, okay? So Celesteela is a fucking mess of a Pokemon. It's a Steel Flying type. It doesn't get Roost, but it gets all kinds of grass moves, including Leaf Seed. Why? It's a bamboo thing. It's fucking get bamboozled, my dude. Yeah, it doesn't get reliable recovery, which is really unfortunate, but I can run Rest Talk. It's obviously always an option with the thing. I can run Leech to get recovery back that way. This obviously was one of the reasons why I wanted Wish Pass. The main reason actually why I wanted Sylveon, because Sylveon and Celesteela is a really good core, with the Wish Passing especially between those two. between Sylveon and, Sylveon into Celesteela. Would be really nice, but, got taken. So, what does Celesteela do? Well, for one, it gives me a fat piece of shit, and I love it. Your thing just hard walls so many Pokemon, just like Skarmory does, but to some extent, in some cases, even more effectively. Like, Landorus cannot touch me. Like, Landorus has to run Focus Blast to hit Skarmory or HP Fire, and just about 2 hit KOs, I think, Spidef. I think just about 2 hit KOs, Spidef. Haven't done his Cax in a while, but this thing just takes it. It just doesn't care. It also, of course, involves my opponent making the prediction of clicking Focus Blast / HPI, so that's cool. It also just walls everything that Skarmory walls the Excadrill, for example. Yeah, it's a good Pokemon. That works. And there's so many things Celesteela just hard walls, and it's beautiful. Now, of course, I have to be wary of the thing getting burned, but since burn got nerfed, I'm not too worried. It just means I don't get recovery from my leftovers. So, the thing also is a pretty decent offensive threat, as unlike Skarmory, it has good offensive set in 101 and 107. It gets Heavy Slam, it gets Flash Cannon, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it does get Flash Cannon. Acrobatics, Air Slash, I don't know why it gets Acrobatics, it doesn't look like Acrobatic, does it? Not Acrobatic, okay? Fire Blast and Flamethrower for reasons unknown. As I mentioned, Grass moves all over the place. Really cool coverage. The Totemize as well, which I can run Heavy Slam plus the Totemize because you lose 100 kilogram. This thing's like, I think, 1,000 kilogram or some shit. So it literally does make a difference. It's still 120 base points against everything. So, yeah, the thing is fat, it's gross, it's beautiful, it hits hard. And it's basically, like, I always wanted to draft Skarmory, but Skarmory is just too passive, and Celesteela is that, but not passive. So that's cool. I'm really looking forward to the thing. Let's see how well I will do with it and see what it can do. So, next up, this is the mon I figured I would get last round already. I was thinking about it, and I decided to go for it now, just because I think Celesteela is more likely to get picked. Trav actually told me that he was going to pick it right after me if I didn't pick it, so glad I did that. And now I went with a Pokemon that I have been wanting to draft for ages. A mon that I think a lot of people forgot in this draft, and especially with our Z-move rules, the thing's even scarier. And it's our mascot. Our boy Mew finally joins the fucking Bayern Munich. Took long enough, didn't it? We have Bernie the Mew. It's the real life mascot of Bayern Munich, in case you didn't know, so it just makes sense. So, Mew does everything. It can do everything well. I don't mind bringing Fat Stallbreaker Mew every week because it's a fucking fantastic set. I don't know why people don't understand how good that set actually is. It's really good, and I don't mind bringing Fat Mew every fucking week because it's incredible. Mew basically allows me to take care of every Pokemon that I am threatened by immediately, that I need to get rid of for another Pokemon, that I need to weaken, that I need to take on defensively. Mew can do those things. It can 1v1 pretty much every Pokemon in the game, and that is really, really important to have. Status spreading is cool, Stealth Rocks is cool, Defog is cool, Setup Sweeping is cool, fucking 4 attacks E-Belt is cool, SD Gunshot is cool, Mono is a piece of shit. Mew is amazing. So, yeah, Mew is incredible. I think I don't need to talk about it too much. And I should mention our Z-move rule. So we decided, we voted on Z-moves. I wanted to go like the NPL does, which is 3 Pokemon on our draft that can use offensive Z-moves. But the majority decided that we're going to go with a different rule, which is 1 Pokemon can use Z-moves only. However, that Pokemon can use all Z-moves that has access to, which means attacking Z-moves and support Z-moves. And my Z-move user is, of course, Mew. Like, why would I not do it, right? It only makes sense. Now, I hate Z-moves. I just despise their existence. I wish they didn't exist. I hate them with a burning passion. But I will make use of them. I will see how much I can actually make use of them. I wouldn't be surprised if I brought them like twice at max. But yeah. Coughing, yay. So Mew's incredible. Stallbreaker is amazing. I love the thing. We'll see how it works. It's also really overwhelming mon to prep with and prep for, of course. My opponents are just not going to prep for it occasionally because they don't know what I'm going to do with it. And most of the time, I probably wouldn't know what I'm going to do with it because the thing has every option essentially, and it's really hard to prep with. I've had it in the GPC when I played for Yuzi, and like it's really hard to come up with the right set, but when you do, this thing just can nail teams on its own, like it did with me in 4 week 1. And yeah, Mew's incredible. Looking forward to the thing, and we'll just see how our mascot can do. Maybe I'll have to change my team mascot after this season. So, round 4. This is where I wanted Sylveon, but Sly took it round 3, unfortunately, on the way back. Yeah, on the way back to me, so it was shortly before my pick, and he picked it. It's really unfortunate, and Sly's second. Shit. So yeah, that's that, and I decided that I would pick, a ground type, because I picked 2 electric weaknesses round 1 and 2. I also wanted a dragon type, and I wanted to try this mon. I've never got to use it, not gotten to use it. English is hard, and it's really good, and it's Garchomp. So chomping for the bread. I decided to name it Scar because I need more Full Metal Alchemist references on my teams. So we have Scar, the Garchomp. Yeah. Weep shit, my boys. So, Garchomp, it's a good Pokemon. It's really good. Didn't get any new toys this gen. Got, I think, Brutal Swing, which does nothing for it because it already gets Crunch. So, like, thanks, Game Freak. But Garchomp is still amazing. A lot of dragons might feel a little nerfed this gen because they're like a million new fairies. Garchomp doesn't really care because it has Earthquake as secondary stab, which is about as spammable as ground stab, as dragon stab, sorry. In a lot of matchups, Garchomp just threatens my opponent's electric types. They don't want to click the electric move if I have the threat of bringing Garchomp in and just threatening their entire team, because that's what Garchomp does, threatening entire teams. Really good wall breaker, really good sweeper. Scarf Chomp is amazing, Fat Chomp is amazing, really good stealth rocker as well. What's his face? Rocky Helmet Chomp. With the rough skin Rocky Helmet, I can weaken certain threats, put him in range for things like Greninja and whatnot, and then get the revenge kill, which is really nice. Kind of like what I had planned for one of my draft plans, I think Season 2, with Mega Aerodactyl plus Druddigon, which is just Garchomp plus Battleborn Greninja, which is essentially that, but on crack. I fucks with it. The SD Chomp is scary, Sub Chomp is scary, Scarf Chomp is scary, Mixed Chomp is even scary with Draco for certain things that can break with that. And yeah, I really like Garchomp, I'm looking forward to using it. There are a lot of people that don't like it in draft format. A lot of people absolutely love it in draft format, so we'll see. I'm definitely going to enjoy it. Like, I'm not going to love it, but I'm going to enjoy it. So, I might not love it, but I'm going to enjoy it for sure. Let's go with that. So, round 5. This is where the controversy comes in. This is a Pokemon that I've talked a lot about on Twitter. Not a lot, but like a fair amount. And it's a Pokemon that I think is severely overrated by people. People pick it in round 1, round 2, and they think that it should go that round. People use it in OU all the time when it does fucking nothing. It's just not that good of a Pokemon. It's a really good Pokemon, don't get me wrong. It is good, but not half as good as people make it out to be. I still like it, and it fit my team absolutely perfectly at this point. I don't think there's anything that fit my team better at this point than motherfucking Tapu Koko. So round 5 Tapu Koko. Some people are losing their minds currently, but it's fine. So Sunny Tapu Koko. By the way, fucking shiny Tapu Koko looks dope as hell. Look at this. If it loads, it doesn't load. There we go. Shiny Tapu Koko. Looks cool, right? So Tapu Koko, 130 speed, which is really nice to have. So I already have my speed tier sorted with Greninja, Mew, Chomp, and Tapu Koko. So that's cool. And just think 130 speed is really good. 150 attack is good, but then it has 95 special attack, which is the main attacking set it's going to use, which is why I don't think it's as good. You're gonna want to spam special moves with the thing most of the time. On the ladder, people only use special with occasional, I think Brave Bird variants I've seen. I used Wild Charge at the start, so like it's not that versatile, and U-turn variants exist as well, so it's not that great on special side. 95 special attack is really not good, guys. It's not, okay? Like, look at this. 289 is nothing. It's weak. The only reason its electric type moves hit hard is because of Electric Surge, pulling up the electric terrain, which I can. I assume you get it. Yeah, you do get it. There we go. Electric type moves get powered up, and Pokemon can't be put to sleep, which is a weird mechanic, but so yeah, this thing just gets powered up electric moves, which is really nice. So if my opponent doesn't have a good electric type, ground type, doesn't have a good electric immunity, this thing can spam Volt Switch. Specs Volt Switch is gonna hurt in electric terrain, and that's cool. It's also a pretty good mixed attacker with things like Brave Bird and Wild Charge, of course, as well. And it gets Roost, it gets Taunt, it gets some really cool moves, Calm Mind Agility as well for sub-sweeping, so it has options. It's good Pokemon. Is it a Pokemon that should ever be picked round 1 or 2? Absolutely not. No way in hell should it be picked round 1 or 2. It's just straight up not worth it. If you disagree, that's fine. But trust me, just do it, okay? Of course, if it's an early Gen 7 draft, which every draft right now is obviously, and you really want to try out the thing, you can pick it early. It's completely fine. No one's gonna judge you. But as soon as the draft man has established a little bit, I think people are gonna realize the thing isn't half as good as they thought. Maybe I'll change my opinion. Who knows? But I think it's still good. I really like the thing on this team, especially with the Electric Fairy typing. It has dual stab and dazzling gleam. It doesn't get Moonblast because Game Freak hates everything. But it gets Volt Switch and U-turn, so I'm guaranteed momentum with the thing. And 115 attack, U-turn is gonna do okay damage to things, which is always nice to have. Yeah, Tapu Koko is like, it fits with Greninja really well. It gives me like nice Volt turn between Greninja and Tapu Koko, maybe even Mew to some extent, if you want like the BP, U-turn, or Volt Switch variant. So that's cool. I like Tapu Koko, gives me another flying resist for the Celesteela to kind of free up that thing, so my opponents are less likely to bring flying types. Like I have Chomp with Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin, Mew can check anything, and then like I'm already secure against 90% of Pokemon in the game with these 5 picks. So the team's looking pretty strong, and yeah, Tapu Koko, interesting Pokemon. Let me know your opinions on that in the comments below. I would really like to hear. So round 6. This draft now is already way too long, but you know how I do. So round 6. I'm sorry guys, I really am. I did it again. I had to. I couldn't resist. It was there and it fit my team perfectly. It's just 2 seasons isn't that much, right? So like, I need priority at this point, and like, let's just pick the best priority user to ever exist in the world of everything. Lucario, hey, welcome back, buddy. The PPL MVP has returned. I love the thing. If you have watched PPL Season 4, which you should if you haven't, Lucario is an absolute god. I love the thing, especially the last 2 matches. If you haven't seen those, Lucario put in so much work, especially in the last one. Just going 1 against 4, just winning the game for me. Absolutely incredible Pokemon. I still think I haven't used it to its full potential yet. Lucario gets 3 priority moves, gets 2 setup moves offensively. Well, I guess technically 4, and then agility, so 5. It gets every setup move you would want, essentially, which is pretty spicy. E-Speed is so nice to have. Bull Punch is so nice to have. Vacuum Whiff, so nice to have. I can use the thing as a Scuffle, which I did. I used, did I bring specs? I don't think I did. I brought Bandit for sure. I brought setup variants of all kinds with Airballoon, Life Ward, and whatnot. Lumberry as well in week 1, I think. Was it week 1? Did I bring Lumberry? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I brought Lumberry at some point. Whatever. No, I brought Life Orb week 1. I think I brought Lumberry at some point. Whatever. Lucario is just an incredible Pokemon. It doesn't have any hard counters. They just don't exist. It has really good checks, like Jirachi, for example, is a fantastic check to it. Other things as well. Cheetah is a nice item that people should run more. But yeah, also cool abilities in Justify, which prevents my opponents from just spamming dark moves against Mew, because I don't want to give Lucario an attack boost. I know Lucario is relatively frail, but still a +1 Lucario, if free +1 Lucario is not something you want to give your opponent. So yeah, Lucario is amazing. I love it. Gives me secondary steel type, which is, I guess, is kind of nice for Celesteela, even though this doesn't really count as a steel type. Still doesn't get Iron Head this gen because Game Freak fucking sucks. I would love to have this be one of my Z move users, because honestly I think it would be absolutely incredible, but you know, I don't think it got any new toys for this gen that I'm missing. No, I don't think it did. So that's unfortunate, but Lucario is still a god. I could not pick it up. I wanted to try a new Pokemon, but like, it was there, it fit perfectly. I couldn't stop myself. So let's just hop on over to the second part of the team. I am professional, I swear. It's Pokemon I use, so it doesn't tell me any shit is illegal. So that was the first 6, which are already incredible. So there are 4 more picks left. I should mention we only have 10 Pokemon in this draft, because that's what I decided on, what we decided on. And I wanted to make sure that I have another option for hazard removal. You know, I don't bring hazard removal ever, like, unless I absolutely have to. And I think I might have to in some of these matchups, because there's Spike Stackers, Toxic Spike Stackers, and my team doesn't care about rocks at all. I only have 1 rock weak Pokemon. It's my last pick. But other than that, my team doesn't really care about rocks. However, Spikes and Toxic Spikes really mess with my team. So I need another hazard removal. I need a Grass type as well. And a Ghost type is always nice, having spin blockers for Greninja's Toxic Spikes and Spikes. So, and this is one I've been looking at for a while. You know, and I think it's actually pretty cool. It has some really nice options. This is Decidueye, or Decidueye as we like to call it, which is going to be called Takumi. Shout out to Fire Emblem Fates. And unfortunately, its hidden ability Long Reach isn't released yet, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference. So what does Decidueye even do, or Decidueye? I think sounds much better if we're being real. Well, it's a Baton Passer. It gets Baton Pass, Swords Dance, and Nasty Plot, which is pretty spicy. It also gets U-Turn to give me initiative, and its signature move in Spirit Shackle is really cool because it allows me to trap things in, which means my opponent, for one, can obviously pull double, and potentially, depending on what they bring in, I can set up on that and either sweep with the Decidueye itself or break some things down, or Baton Pass into one of my big threats. And if you looked at my first 6 picks, if a Baton Pass into any of those, my opponents will be sad, and it's gonna be glorious. So that's nice. It also, as I said, gives me a defog. It gives me an unstepped Brave Bird user. I have 2 now in Tapu Koko and Decidueye. So unstepped Brave Bird is like unstepped Dragon coverage, but less common and not quite as memey. Because like everything is unstepped Dragon coverage almost, and unstepped Brave Bird is very rare. So I got him, boys. Also, it's one of my favorite moves in the game in Haze. I absolutely love Haze. It only gets live stream one of those Pokemon. It only gets 1 screen, which is stupid. It also gets Reliable Recovery in Roost, and it gets Sucker Punch. So like a couple things. I'm also gonna go over this thing's move pool a little bit more than I do with old Pokemon because it's new and people might not know what it does. So yeah, the Decidueye is cool. I really like the thing. We'll see what I can do with it. I don't think it's a mon I'm gonna bring very often, but if I do, it can definitely have a very specific role. Or just break things down, which is entirely possible because it has pretty decent offensive stats. I should show those as well. 107 attack is really strong. 100 special attack is decent, and it has decent special bulk. Okay, physical bulk, I guess. And 70 speed it's a speed set that exists, and I'm okay with it, I guess. Ish. So next up, I realized that I need another Stealth Rock. I only had Mew and Garchomp, which while they're very reliable, they don't want to run Stealth Rocks ever. Very rarely. In draft format, at least in my opinion. You should definitely have more rockets than that. So I also want to make sure I actually have a bulky water type. I have Greninja, but it's not a water type, not a bulky water type. So I wanted that, and another electric immunity is always welcome with Celesteela and Greninja, so I opted to go another buddy from the PPL season 3 this time. Seismitoad. Bennington is also coming back. I'm really happy to have this thing again. Did I spell it correctly? I think I did. So yeah, Seismitoad, I love the thing. I've used it in Gen 3, Season 3, Gen 5, yeah. I also Gen 5 and Gen 6. And the thing is really cool. It's really reliable Stealth Rocker. You know, the water switch and the Scald switch, and even though Burning got nerfed and it's now pretty trash, it's still annoying, and having something that just doesn't care about water moves is really nice. As I said, reliable Stealth Rocker, which always says, it gives me a knockoff user, which I didn't have outside of Mew, I think? Yeah, only Mew. So having a knockoff user is always nice, getting rid of those pesky items of highlights and whatnot. Also, no new toys really for Seismitoad here, which is a little unfortunate, but you know, we'll rock with it. It's still a really good Pokemon. So, you know what Seismitoad does, I've used it before, so there's nothing really to mention. Decent mix attacker, decent just wall and pivot into things. Another good Rocky Helmet user that I can throw into things and just get damage off. And of course, always the option of running Swift Swim Seismitoad. Shout out to Ellie, Rain Dance, Swift Swim Seismitoad, and just taking lives with offensive Rain Toad. There's always an option. So yeah, got Toads on the team. I'm really happy to have him again. And that's our Stealth Rocker, another one. It's nice. It now has more Stealth Rocking bodies than it had in Season 3, but we only hit it and Drodigon. So that's cool. And so now we get into the second to last round, and I really want a Wish Passer for my team. Ended up not getting one because I figured these 2 Pokemon that I got, well, one of them was just too good to pass up on, and the other one I just let Twitter decide with a poll, in case you didn't see that. So somehow round 9, this thing was still around. I was like, I can't not pick it up. Like, it's just impossible to say no to the thing around 9. Like, it doesn't fit badly with my team at all. Like, I have a dog type already, but like, it doesn't Pursuit Trap. It's not a bulky dog type. It gives me another Stealth Rocker, which is just perfect. Another Bird Resist, which just means flying types just do nothing against me. And yeah, I couldn't say no to T-Tar round 9, dude. Like, not Tyrantrum. How could anyone say no to Tyrantrum round 9? Like, it's just not possible. So, T-Tar, Banjiras, shout out to old Shofu videos and other people that use that nickname. I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese name. So, yeah, T-Tar is a god. I have a lot of friends who just can't stop talking about how amazing it is. That includes Yo Fizz, that includes Merc, Monotui, Trav, other people, Baby Eric. Did I say Baby? I thought I already did. I didn't. Baby Eric. Just a bunch of people that absolutely adore T-Tar, and I never got to use it. I didn't think I would like it that much, but it was there, and I was like, I can't say no to you. You're too beautiful to say no. And we have T-Tar now, and it's incredible. I love it. Good. T-Tar's a god. It does everything. It's essentially Mew 2.0 with a 4 times weakness. Yeah, it does everything. Look at these fucking godly stats. 134 attack. What switches in? And then it has mixed options as well. It just really bulky. It takes everything. Like, I don't think it's easy to OHKO T-Tar with a Chople Berry especially. Like unstep moves, just don't Oko Tita. It's not happening. Trust me, it's just not. Unstep, non-super effective moves. Yeah. No, unstep super effective moves don't kill it. Like it's just not gonna happen. Sorry. Also, of course, this gives me a Pursuit Trapper to end all Pursuit Trappers. You know, it's basically like my boy Skuntank, but even better. It's a step sweep as well. Shout out to the Community Shield on Season 3. And Choice Band, Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, Assault Vest, Choppleberry, everything. Tita is incredible. I'm really looking forward to just blasting people's face off with the thing. Another, you know, perfect thing to Baton Pass into with Decidueye, and Mew, of course, which is also Baton Passer, and like Stealth Rocks and just killing things. I love it. It's gonna be great. Bring your Lotties, please. It's just a quick snack for Tita. A lot of people have tried to make Lotties beat Tita in draft format. It has never worked, truly, so try. So yeah, Tita round 9, and round 10, I wanted another Gen 7 mine. Definitely wanted more than just the 2 that I had. 3 I had, sorry, 3.5 I guess with Battlebond Greninja. I also want to have a Fire type and a Poison type, which of course there's only one Pokemon that does that. But I put it up to a vote. Licky for Wish Passing, and the meme that is Licky, I love that thing, it's really good. Never got to use it. Always wanted to, like, ever since I started playing Draft, I was like, Licky could be really good. And then people actually started using it, I was like, I fucking told you. But I let Twitter decide, and I figured, I don't see why not. The thing fits really well with my team. Its typing is just actually really incredible for my team. And it gives me a strong special attacker, and that is Salazzle. So, the thing that makes everyone really uncomfortable, like, okay, this sprite is really ugly, but like, do they have the shiny? They do. It's nice. So, like, I don't know why it looks the way it does, why it's has like, why it's a lizard, why is it the way it is? Anyway, it's gonna be called Elena, because I named my in-game one after Boa Hancock from One Piece, and then didn't just want to call it Boa Hancock or just Hancock or anything on the floor. So I looked up her voice actors, and the German one is called Elena whatever the fuck, and I thought Elena was a cool name. So hey, this is Salazzle now. Yeah, Salazzle is a really interesting Pokemon. It essentially has absolute ass coverage on the special side, but it gets its dual step, and its dual step is really nice to have. Fire and Poison are 2 good offensive types to have in draft format, and it gets unstep Dragon coverage and Dragon Pulse. Then it's pretty much just physical moves and hidden power. I don't think there's anything else worth mentioning. So it doesn't get the greatest special coverage. It gets round. Sorry, I forgot the most important of coverage moves. But it gets Naspot and gets Encore, it gets Torment, it gets Disable, it gets all those weird moves at Naspot, which is a weird move, and that's cool. It gives me another knockoff user, which of course it is a special attacker, which has no physical attack whatsoever, but it gives me an option of having knockoff for something, like a P2, which I think I faced week 1, so they switch in your P2 on this and get knocked the fuck off, and then you're not a problem anymore, really. Not as much of a problem, at least. It also gets Taunt, which is always nice to have. I think I have like 5 Taunt users on this team, which is incredible. 5? Is it 4 or 5? I think it's 4. Whatever. 5. It's 5. 5 Taunt users. Really good. Yeah, the thing is going to be really cool in certain matches where my opponent has a big Fire weakness or potentially even a big Poison weakness. Don't know if that's going to happen. Of course, Corrosion is an ability that exists, but it's not going to be used much. Like, I can poison everything. Exciting. I can also just Fire Blast them and kill them. That works much better. So yeah, the thing is cool. It's not incredible. I'm waiting for move tutors. I don't know why it doesn't get Grass Knot. It should. I feel like it also should get Dark Pulse. It looks like the perfect Dark Pulse Pokemon. But oh well. I should go back to non-shiny, so you know, you remember what the thing looks like. And yeah, it has 117 speed, which is really cool speed here. Really unique. I'm pretty sure it's the only Pokemon that has 117. That's being all those base 115s and 110s and whatnot. That's nice. 111 special attack is also really cool, and then everything else is just complete ass. But yeah, the thing can be really cool. I think it's a decent last round pick, and if I ever get to try it out, it's this time. So we'll just see how it works. So that's the team. I am really happy, like really happy with this team. Of course, there are some weaknesses, especially weak to ground, like a Gravity or Smackdown ground type is just a big problem to my team. Yes, I am telling my opponents that right now because fucking bring it. I will be prepared for it, little bitches. But yeah, I have answers to that, of course, and I can play around that and whatnot. Prep is always a good option. You know, if you're weak to something, you prep for it. That's how it works. So yeah, tell me what you think of the team. I think it's absolutely incredible. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this squad. And yeah, week 1 is gonna be up against none other than Mewnich, the champion of PPL Season 4. The only guy who I think actually straight up out-prepped and outplayed me the entire PPL season. Like, he absolutely dominated me that game. I can't even say anything. I brought my best prep possible, I think, and he just fucked me still because his prep wasn't impeccable that week. So looking forward to getting some revenge on him, because this time my draft, my prep is gonna be the great one, hopefully. And yeah, it's gonna be a good match regardless whether I win or not. I haven't beaten one on draft format yet. One time he hacks me out by flinching my competitors down, and then we had the season 4 match. So yeah. So yeah, that should be a fun game. Make sure to look out for that on my channel, and make sure to check out the other coaches, which I won't put in the description, but they can leave their comments, and then you can be like, yo, what's up? A lot of people said they are going to upload these, so that's really fun, so you get a little bit of PPL action outside of the PPL schedule. Isn't that exciting? So, without further ado, it is 36 fucking minutes. I am the worst. Thank you all for watching. Again, tell me what you think of this team. Anything that I should have done differently, any Pokemon I should have picked. I know people don't like, there are a lot of people who don't like Salazzle, and fuck you, I don't care. I'm referring to Rufus. But yeah, I think it's a cool team. I'm definitely gonna have fun, and yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate those videos, and hopefully see you guys in the ETA and when this season starts as well. Goodbye.